Ahoy from BA! This is Rorschach's Ocean Update from the 14th of May 2024, a summary of what's going down in the 70% surface of the Earth covered in salt water. According to a study published on Monday the 6th in the journal Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences, China's successful attempts to reduce aerosol emissions from 2010 to 2020 accidentally triggered a rise in heat waves over the Pacific Ocean, strongly impacting the marine life of the region. Researchers from the Ocean University of China discovered that the reduction in pollution allowed more sunlight to reach our planet, warming temperatures and causing important consequences such as fish die-offs and droughts in California. In light of their discovery, they urged China to reconsider its ban on aerosol emissions to prevent further temperature increases. Talking about China, according to Japan's defense ministry, 2 Chinese warships approached Japanese territory on Tuesday the 7th. Only 2 days before, Japan monitored the 2 ships navigating from the East China Sea into the Philippine Sea. They sailed through important water passages like the Osumi Strait. Japan reacted by sending fighter jets against Chinese planes flying around the area, showing that tensions there were rising. From the Pacific to the Atlantic Ocean, on Friday the 10th, the U.S. Coast Guard offloaded a massive amount of cocaine and marijuana at Port Everglades, Florida, during patrols in the Caribbean Sea and the Atlantic Ocean. The Coast Guard said to the press that the drugs are worth $185 million. According to the media, the Coast Guard detained 10 persons for drug smuggling. The same task force intercepted a semi-submersible boat in the Atlantic Ocean carrying 600 kilos of cocaine in March. Moving on, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, or NOAA, Fisheries, is currently studying marine life using passive acoustic technologies, deploying underwater microphones to record underwater sounds and track species presence and behavior. These efforts aim to understand how animals move under the water, socialize, and find food in their ocean habitats in order to find out how to protect marine life. Additionally, NOAA is researching the impact of environmental and human-made noise on aquatic life, particularly vessel noise, to mitigate potential disruptions to animal behavior and ensure compliance with regulations in protected areas. Talking about fisheries, the Indian Ocean Tuna Commission, or IOTC, will discuss adopting sustainable management procedures for swordfish and skipjack tuna in a meeting in Bangkok, which will take place from Monday the 13th until Friday the 17th. The aim is to ensure the long-term health and profitability of the fish stocks. Additionally, this week, the IOTC might also improve its regulations to monitor good practices and prevent illegal fishing. In other news, on Thursday the 9th, Yahya Saree, Yemen's Houthi rebels, the military group spokesperson, said the group was responsible for attacking 2 ships in the Gulf of Aden and 1 in the Indian Ocean using ballistic missiles and drones. The attacks in the Gulf of Aden targeted the vessels MSC Diego and the MSC Gina, which the Houthis consider to have Israeli affiliation. The third attack targeted the container ship MSC Victoria in the Indian Ocean. Houthi rebels have been attacking ships for months now as an expression of solidarity and support for Palestine. As a consequence, many ships are rerouting, passing around South Africa. More on the Houthis' attacks. On Monday the 6th, the Danish shipping company Maersk warned of rising disruption in Red Sea container shipping, estimating up to a 20% capacity reduction in Asia-Europe routes in the second quarter due to Houthi attacks. The risk zone is expanding, forcing Maersk's vessels to longer journeys, resulting in higher fuel costs and freight rates. The German company Hapag-Lloyd is rerouting vessels away from the area, while the French CMA CGM is exploring alternative ports. Maersk is responding by sailing faster, leasing more containers, and addressing reliability issues caused by bottlenecks and capacity shortages. Let's have a look at the Panama Canal. The Panama Canal Authority is discussing with U.S. liquefied natural gas, or LNG, producers about accommodating the increased demand for crossings following water level recovery. During an interview with the journal Reuters, Ricaurte Vázquez Morales, the canal's administrator, will probably modify slot allocations and conduct surveys to meet LNG customers' needs. The canal aims to attract exports from new U.S. LNG plants, addressing concerns about long waiting periods for LNG vessels. Moving on to the Arctic Ocean, the Ocean Census launched an expedition to explore the depths of the Arctic Ocean, aiming to gain more knowledge of its biodiversity. A multidisciplinary team of scientists is leading the expedition, which started on Friday the 3rd from Tromsø, Norway, and will continue until October. During the journey, the team will sample and film remote marine environments, searching for undiscovered species close to Greenland and Svalbard. The expedition will also target areas potentially impacted by deep-sea mining. Up next, researchers solved the mystery of a massive hole in Antarctic sea ice known as the mud rice Pollinia, which grew as big as Switzerland in 2016 and 2017. Many factors caused the Pollinia, such as the shape of the ocean floor, strong winds, and ocean currents. Warm water coming up from below melted the ice, and a special process called Ekman transport brought salt to the surface, keeping the hole open. Pollinias play a crucial role in mitigating atmospheric carbon dioxide and influencing ocean currents, with long-lasting effects on the climate. Let's have a look at the Black Sea. On Tuesday the 7th, the Russian Black Sea Fleet received 2 new ships, Typhoon and Viktor Veliki, from the Zelenodolsky shipyard in Zelenodolsk, Tatarstan. Typhoon is a missile ship of Project 22,800 Karakurt. This class of ships has been under construction for the Russian Navy since 2015, and one of the reasons why it is considered strategically very important is its armament and defense system. On the other hand, the patrol vessel Viktor Veliki of Project 22,160 is intended for the protection of territorial waters and patrol duties. These ships are equipped with essential armaments. Both ships are reinforcements for the Black Sea Fleet, which has been facing challenges and needs additional vessels. A recent study published in Deep Sea Research Part 1 Oceanographic Research Papers suggests that deep-sea mining could considerably harm the deep-sea fauna. Scientists simulated mining plumes and exposed deep-sea sponges called Geodia barretti and brittle star species to suspend particles from crushed seafloor massive sulfide deposits. The research revealed that sponges got 10 times sicker and all brittle stars died in 10 days, maybe from bad metals. Concentrations of iron and copper in sponges exposed to mining stuff were 10 times higher, showing mining dirt built up in them. Eric Wers, the research lead, said we need to check how mining affects sea life and find ways to protect it. Closing with water sports, Ambrogio Beccaria from Italy won the Transat CIC Class 40 race, beating the French sailor Ian Lipinski. Beccaria sailed his boat, the Musa 40 alla Grande Pirelli, from Lorient, France to New York, the US, in less than 12 days. Even though he had some problems at the beginning and Lipinski was a tough competition, Beccaria made smart decisions and came out on top. The victory is particularly significant for Beccaria, as it is his first solo race win on the boat, although this is his third big win in transatlantic races. Beccaria's win adds to Italy's legacy in Class 40 racing, following Giovanni Soldini's success in 2008. And that's it for this week. Thanks for joining us. Do you know that besides the Ocean Update, we also do others? The Rorschach Multilateral Update is back after a 2-month break, covering what's going down in the world's major multilateral institutions. Visit rorschach.com/multilateral for more information and subscribe to never miss an episode. See you next week!